I'm gonna add a couple more details here for you guys. All right. So I noticed here I haven't fully recreated some of the demos I've done in class. No worries, early in the morning. I'm gonna select this face over here, hold shift because I want that indented a touch. Okay. So click on extrude and always on the blue axis, pop that in. If you'd like to do something like that, you could do that, Control Z. Another thing I could do is select this face and I can, whoa, wrong. Let's go back to perspective. Okay, I'm going to click on this face, hold Alt, hold Shift, click on the other side, and then I'm going to click on extrude one more time. And I'm going to actually try to extrude in this direction like that. Okay, so now it's going to be a nice thick outline here, and I'm going to indent it the second time. See, both sides are the same. We could have done that to this box. We could have selected all four spaces and done the same thing here. So now I'm going to press extrude one more time, Control E, and then on the blue axis, punch that in like that. So this looks a lot better than before, right? Okay, I think that's doable. And yeah, I don't want to get too technical with you guys. I've shown a few of you how I could actually weld these two, but this is grade 10. I'll leave it like this for now, okay? And looking at the base here for a second, and I'm looking here, I can just go to face, for example, in here, and I can press W, bring this face up to align it this way. You can also use the command 4 and use vertices, and you can have all four sides same. But you know what? I like that it's not consistent right now. It's okay. We could have also made this box the base and then taper the bottom first before extruding. Okay, so I'll just leave this like that for now, and I'm just gonna. Oh yeah, you guys are asking about a pivot point here. If I want to if I want to rotate right now, look what happens. Something like this, right? Mm. All right. If you want this, let's press W for a second. Bring this out. There's a couple things you can do. Some of you may want to extrude in here, and I'll say, hey, no problem. Look, face, click, press extrude, and click on the box, and drop in like that a touch. And then let's press extrude one more time, or G, blue axes in, and then I can press R. I can like basically do some cool things like that. Okay, so it depends how detailed you guys want to get. Remember, I noticed some of you put some marks here by putting like half spheres in. So for example, somebody can bring in a sphere, click on sphere here, and it's a monster size again. And click on polysphere here, radius, let's go to 0.1. See how that looks. And then what I'm going to do is reduce my subdivisions to maybe, let's say 9. Okay. And what I'll do right now is I'm just going to come in here and hold spacebar, left click, and just go left view or something. Frame it, F for frame. And what I'll do is I'll delete. Now this is going to be just like creating the cauldron. I'll just delete these faces. Excuse me, spacebar, perspective view, right click, object mode, right? And E for rotate, just a touch. And I can just rotate a touch, look at the axes. That's the X, minus 90, negative 90. Boom, right there. And then I can duplicate these and move them accordingly. And they'll be my details. Okay, and I can come in here and have a bunch of these, assuming we got the right size. Okay, and we'll bring it out and we can duplicate them. Press R, reduce the size to something like that. Okay, you guys can do details. All right, so this is a nice segue into the cauldron, right? So here, I'll just leave this down here. Maybe I'll just, yeah, that's okay. Let's bring it here, duplicate it, Command D. I can't stop for some reason. One more here, and so on and so on and so on. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take all this. I'm going to select all these guys, then mesh combine here, mesh combine. And I'm going to delete the history by clicking here and then centering W. Move it to the side. Okay, let's go with the sphere one more time. We'll make the cauldron this time. And this will be, let's say, What's 11 look like? Not bad. 11 segments, subdivisions. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spin around so that it's almost orthographic. View, select all these faces, spin around that you don't have any weird missing anything, and press delete. Gone. And here, this is a cool thing. Gonna go to edge, double click, and spin around. So notice that we're used to extruding with poly surfaces, polygons, but now we're going to extrude with the edge. Okay, so I had double clicked, and that's what you got, a nice loop. Press extrude. Okay, and then I can select this icon here, or click like that, and then bring it in. Okay, so if that's too complicated for you, here's what I'll do. Look, extrude, and I'll just press R. Press R, don't worry about it, and just do that. Okay, if that's too complicated for you guys at this grade, this would work. Okay, so here I can control that thickness. This is cool. I'm going to press extrude again, or just G for that matter, and the blue axis down. So be careful, you don't want to go beyond like this surface here. So what you could do is bring it up a touch and then press R to scale it in. R, I said R, like that. You can spin around, and then I can press G again for extrude, and then press R again, and I can just go something like that. Okay, right to the bottom. W, and like that. Okay, so what you could do is press R again for scale, and you can make that into, there's no hole there. All right, so this is kind of cool. And what we're going to do, add the tools. Where's my mesh tools here? Insert edge loop. I'm going to add a cut. And remember, cuts are based on perpendicular lines. So if I click on the vertical line, perpendicular means horizontal. Boom, like that. W to get out. And then we're going to made our cut. We're good. Get out. Face, click once, hold shift, and double click. This is the same as my chess tutorials we've had in the past. Okay, so we can extrude here. And remember, spin around until you see the blue axes and the arrow only. Boom. Okay, and what I can do right now, that looks pretty cool. And maybe I'll go to edge. I'll double click this part here. Let's bring it up a touch. Okay, so that was easy, right? See, there's your cauldron. It's good to go. Yeah, and let's call it cauldron here. All right, so this one's done. That was quick. So we got 2 pieces, and let's just pause here for the cost. We're done. Balian out.